Oh man, I'm so excited. So excited for this one.
I just want to know what they were thinking when they were like, I got a great idea, guys.
Guns. Just immediately guns.
And boobs. There's some boobs
Yeah,
there.
there's some boobs.
Had to have been.
Yeah, there's definitely some boobs. There's a lot of boobs. Because everyone looked at Yuna and was like, she's chesty.
You know we didn't get
She's
enough
the chesty one, right?
You know
and Riku too?
You know what didn't make enough screen time in the first Final Fantasy X?
Boobs and butts?
Boobs and butts. I think
and guns.
It's like, you know, they made a good try making it like the horniest Final Fantasy and everything, and you know, it's not like there were people who were just strictly wearing like
belts and ribbons that didn't actually hold anything up, but were just there to tantalize you.
Yeah, so let's just really show the butts and boobs. Oh man.
Fuck off, Kill Remote. Why'd you get so bad?
I'm the worst app.
Unless you use me from your lock screen.
Because then it just strips it down to the things you need. It's not just an advertisement app that you're willingly using.
It's not just some blend of ads and news. Like, yeah, Peel, I already saw that Ryan Reynolds as Bob Ross in Deadpool 2 teaser.
Haven't watched it yet, so I guess I can't go.
It was fun. It was funny. Damn it. I mean, I already wanted to see Deadpool 2, but damn it. Ryan Reynolds, don't make me love you.
Yeah, at least he's the
like,
good
I want,
Ryan. Like,
yeah. Instead of all the other Ryans, Paul Ryan. Seacrest. I don't have anything against Ryan Seacrest, but he probably, like, did something to somebody that we're going to find out about in 2 weeks.
Oh, God.
Ryan Seacrest is being accused by 8 women and 1 goat.
He took me into his hotel room and just whipped out a big bowl of soup and just started ladling it all over his chest in front of us.
Well, I don't know if it was sexual, but I do feel like he should be punished somehow.
Yeah, Tara Strong as Riku. Was she the original voice for Riku as well?
I think so. She must have been, because it's the same voice. Tara Strong. Why do I know that name, though?
Tons of cartoons.
Yeah.
Just tons of...
That makes sense.
Tons of cartoons.
In fact, I'm going to Google her right now and probably go, oh yeah.
See, and
she's been doing.
I just think of her from the animation work, but beyond, she's probably in so many games and shit that I don't even think about.
At some point, someone working on Final Fantasy realized, hey, if we just put like a kind of rainbow gradient over Yoshitaka Amano's artwork, it looks amazing.
Yeah, it has like a very like hip, trendy look, but not like a flash in the pan trendy. Just something that looks really, I guess, timeless. It looks really good now. Like you could picture that design happening in like a fucking app.
Because the color of it looks hip and trendy, but then his artwork does have this kind of timeless, unplaceable quality to it. And so it is, like I've said before, this kind of weird blend of like East and West, which is what Final Fantasy is. Oh god, right away.
You're just like, it's her, she's back.
Position. It's showtime, girls.
There it is. Hey, this is freaking Final Fantasy X, and I'm gonna cast a cure on you or something. I don't know. ASMR really jumped the shark a while ago.
It's weird how they knock the person out, and then she has a walkie-talkie, but she's whispering.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Are they still using sphere technology for walkie-talkies and stage lights and everything? What's happening?
Kind of, yeah. And Yuna is still wearing her summoner outfit. Oh no, it's changing. This ain't the Yuna you used to know.
Oh shit, that shit. Now she's gonna hop onto a fucking wrecking ball. And
shit, that shit. Is she singing an actual song? Yuna, question mark?
Like, where do you go? I mean, good for you, Yuna. Like, for, finding a second career after, no longer... After your last job went obsolete because of you.
Yeah.
But, like... Where did she learn this? Like, where was she watching the TV with all, like, the K-pop girl bands and...
Well, that's actually kind of a story element, is that they've been discovering spheres that let them have all these new jobs, and they're the dress spheres, and she found this one, which is a singer, I guess, from the time of Xanarkin, And when she equips it, suddenly she has like it's actually just materia. That's all it is materia. Materia was the coalesced knowledge of the ancients, and when she equips the sphere grid, she has the knowledge of this pop star from Xanderkin, who Titus probably would be like, oh man, I hated her music. I hate you a little bit now, Yuna. I don't want to bone you at all. How's Riku doing, by the way? Unrelated question.
And who's this spooky friend of yours?
With red eyes? That's rad. Okay, I don't remember how I felt as a teenager when I first popped this game in, but this was not what I was expecting. Coming off of the solemn journey that was Final Fantasy X.
See, and I hadn't played Final Fantasy X, but I was familiar with it, and familiar with like how the cast looked. And then when I was gifted this, I was like, oh, 10-2, I don't even know what the fuck that is, but I'm familiar with 10, and then I popped this in, and I was just like, this is, like, I thought this was I thought I was getting into like a rhythm game or something. Like, I was like, oh shit, I want to dance.
I don't want to Dance Revolution. I want to Final Fantasy. Oh god, look at her. Her backup dancers are working it though.
Yeah.
Fuck, she gave them these denim cut-off vests, and they're like, we can make it work.
We found the denim cut-off vest spheres. Here, you boys get these.
Oh, Tara's strong. She was Bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay, now I hear it. I immediately hear it.
Like they just learned about sweet drum beats and choreography and lace short things.
Oh yeah, lace short things are the key. Right away though, you can immediately tell there's a graphical step up. I mean, this is the HD remake, but it's still it's still a remaster of what was originally there. So you can see the remaster of what was in 10. Remaster of this, so you can compare apples to apples. This is immediately a step up, just even in terms of faces.
It's stylistically a little bit different too, like just
a little bit, yeah.
But it works a little bit better for the the power of the game and like the fidelity and everything. Like it's just a little bit more cartoony in a way.
I think they had to make it like that simply because with this one they really started to get a grasp on expressions and facial animation.
Well, because you had to have all the cutesy faces or else you wouldn't get the biggest boner.
There are so many cutesy faces. Why Riku is just wearing ribbons on her arms, and sleeves.
I see ATB gauges.
Yeah.
So they just thought, hey, we had a really good system.
They had the most disciplined and thought-out version of their turn-based system I've seen in any game. I've never played an RPG, even turn-based RPGs, which were as straightforward and as user-friendly as the one they had in 10. And like, hey, let's just give everyone a confusing ATB gauge again. Also, let's take it all the way back to how it was in 4, where there's a charge time on the attacks.
Oh.
So there's the time to wait until you can input a command. Then you have to wait longer for the command to execute.
So part of the performance is this fight? Is that what's happening?
It's not actually Yuna that they're fighting, as we're about to find out.
I was like, is that everyone's still like hungry for some violence, even though Sin's taken care of? They're like, we just need to see some ass kicking.
Well, kind of, yeah. And right there, you saw when Riku said it, hold still. There was like actual volume right there. There's actual volume to her mouth. Her eyes are animated slightly. Same with her, the area around her mouth is animated as well. It's not just mouth flaps.
It's cool that some people were just like, what, guns? Yeah, let's get more guns.
Yeah, they saw all those people getting shot in Bavel with forbidden Machina weapons, and like, hey, Machina weapons are cool.
Yeah, I wonder where they decided to get like where they got the inspiration for some of these really like intense emotions, like really intense eyebrow raises, and like almost kind of makes me think of Crash Bandicoot in a way, like just some of the stuff. Fuck yeah, just murder people, Yuna.
Why weren't you doing that in 10?
No shit.
Pain's cool though.
Yeah, Pain's so cool.
Yarp. Yarp.
I wish they had a more clever name than their initials.
I know. I mean, technically they're the Gull Wings, but this particular collective is Yarp.
So how does this work? What is this chain all about?
I don't know.
You just
I don't know. I think that if you can time your attacks so that multiple attacks land almost, then there'll be chain attacks. And in this game, your attacks delay ATB gauges, and I think that if you're able to chain your attacks together well, you can significantly delay the enemy.
They really just, like, Mormon porned up Riku from the backside, didn't they?
They certainly did. They certainly Mormon porned her.
And then she's just, like, dancing real hot. Like, that's all, like...
You can barely see the strap of her bra on her back.
I know, so...
it almost blends in with her skin tone. But then you can definitely see the fucking... it's not even... What do you even call that, what she's wearing down under? It's just like two straps that go over her aggressive hips.
Like, I'm trying to picture how functional whatever panties she's wearing underneath that butt flap, like how they could be functional like that. I'm just... this game already.
And we're 5 minutes in.
Enough sniveling, boys.
Oh man, I kind of forgot about this lady. Tuna?
Persistent, aren't you?
My grid.
That was a weird cut.
Give us back Uni's garment grid right now.
I wish it did one more frame.
Yeah.
And then another one with a car, like, jumping over something.
Back.
The fawn's jumping a shark?
Yeah. So this is our big villain.
Kinda. Also kinda not. I don't know. 10-2 doesn't have the most engrossing narrative.
They were just like, we just need the boobs.
Yeah. It's cool how they handle the dress sphere. I wish they would implement a job system in another Final Fantasy and do something like this. Because you can change from job to job. Oh, that's not ironic at all. You can change from job to job mid-fight, and there are a couple of layers to it, because you get... This was confusing at first. You get dress spheres, and you have sphere grids.
Okay.
You need to equip your dress spheres onto a sphere grid, then equip a sphere grid onto a character. Sphere grids have special attributes associated with them. They each give you some sort of base bonus. For instance, it might be like, magic is increased by 20 or something. And then they each have nodes on them that when you pass through the node while traveling from one job to another, you activate the node, and that will give you another bonus. So it might be like magic plus 20, and then the other's like, this node is plus 20 attack, and this one's plus 20 speed. And then if you activate all of them, you get an extra special bonus for it. So you're incentivized to travel through it and activate these nodes to gain special abilities. They kind of botch it up, because while there are some powerful things on there, it's often to your advantage to just stick in your job and not spend your whole turn transforming.
But they want you to change outfits.
They want you to do it so bad, and they have so many elaborate but
and you want to change the outfits.
Here's the real tuba. With another weird, almost Silent Hill-esque cut right there. Here's a saturated photo of a woman, and then we're just kind of smashed to black. Oh, and they have a motorcycle airship. Nice art, though.
Yeah, I do like the...
Real nice portraits
The illustrated
there.
portraits are real... Like, I love the style that they went into with this. It's a little bit quicker, which makes sense. Like, the battles, even though I don't... It doesn't look like...
This airship.
Yeah, it's
as a hood ornament.
It's pretty fucking cool. Like, although just from looking, I could judge that I would enjoy the battle system in 10 proper more than this, but it does make it all look very quick.
Yeah,
when they're all jumping in, and then like the style of the illustrations, and then therefore the models, like everything has just a little bit more of a speed to it.
Oh, very much so. The fact that this is a return to the ATB gauge means that the battles are more active than they were in 10. Like I said, 10 is basically the ATB gauge, just if you pause it whenever you got to someone's turn. This one, bringing it back to the way it is, it also makes sense with how they do the sphere grids, where it's like, I want it to change, and obviously they work around it. He just grabbed his dick.
What? No thanks?
The brother grabbed his dick and everything.
They made Brother weird in this one. He has a romantic crush on Yuna,
But
forgetting that she's his first cousin.
yeah, I was just gonna say, aren't they super related?
Yeah, they're first cousins. Yuna's mom is Brother's dad's brother. They're super related.
Yeah, they're like extra related.
Yeah. They're probably the most related people on Spira, considering how many people Sin kills.
And also as a
She's
friend.
probably the only person he can't have sex with.
Well, she's not exactly the talkative
I
type.
don't know Pain pretty well,
I heard
but she's
she
real
joined
cool.
Gullwings shortly
Damn.
before I
And that hair.
Damn.
Like,
much
real
about her
cool. And that choker.
Choker? I was gonna mention the choker, yeah. I wish he was just describing elements of Pain than saying damn.
Bet.
You remember Riku. Well, she's showing even more skin, and her hair's even cuter this time.
At least
I challenged her as a joke, and well, she won that bet.
I thought I might find more spheres like it. if
Remember
we
Brother?
joined Gullwings.
He's a creepazoid now.
And then this
Oh,
guy,
in case you're wondering,
Named
the Gullwings
Shinra?
are sphere
He's not gonna
hunters.
go on to start the
Sphere
Shinra Power
hunters are.
Company in 1,000 years. Not at all. Though it's implied that he does.
that's weird.
It's weird. It's
Do they only do that in this game? Imply that?
They only imply that in this one, and I don't know if it's officially canon. I think this is one of those things that they brought up with the series producer a few months ago, where I mentioned like, oh, I love when series producers and directors like just
Still analyzing.
shit on
Yeah.
fan theories. He even has like the motorcycle vroom vrooms.
Did Sid like fucking piece the fuck out of this adventure?
He's around. We'll see him. But this is a new airship than the one that we had in 10.
Yeah,
But,
because it's all motorcycle
yeah.
and not pretty boat
I-
ship.
Yeah, I believe when they were talking to the series producer in that interview, he brought up the idea that this one is
Really
a
has improved quite a
prequel to 7,
bit. Told me that he practiced
but I
just
think
so that
he,
could
I don't
talk
think
with
he
him.
directly refuted it, but he certainly didn't confirm it.
Yeah.
I think he said something like, that's a very interesting theory, and then maybe implied that it's not the case. But it is implied that he goes on to later, at least his descendants go on to travel to Gaia from 7, become the Cetra, and then later on, his far descendants found the Shinra Power Company.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Then where are I guess he would have had to travel somewhere else because we're like the ancients or whatever.
Well, they
that'd
do.
be-
They say that the ancients are an itinerant race who travel from world to world. They never elaborate upon that in 7. They never elaborate, and you only find that out if you look at some video with an interview with Eris's mom and dad.
Oh, is this supposed to be Tidus?
Yeah, this is supposed to be Titus, but it's not quite him. This one is kind of like a butterface going on.
Yeah, it's like it's. You know, if you've ever like learned about drawing and how to make things interesting, they're like, don't evenly space things out.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, bring the eyes closer to the bottom. You know, like break up the thirds so they're not even.
Oh, yeah.
His face looks like the uninteresting version of the last Titus's face.
Oh, yeah.
Where they perfectly
Uh-huh.
spaced out all of the features and made it just kind of funky looking.
Yeah. And this sphere here is Yuna's. It's Yuna's impetus for her hero's journey. Just because, whereas everyone else has managed to move beyond their obsession with death from 10, now she's the only one still obsessing with it. Because she's like, oh, Titus, I missed you, you dick.
You were the best I ever had. So even though I'm a famous pop singer and I could, you know, maybe find a other
I could
suitable
have-
partner.
I could have any man, woman, Ronzo, like hello, Albed.
But I just want this. I just want you. Is it easier to navigate this airship?
No, actually, it's not. It's not. It's not easier to navigate because I don't think they ever really tell you which part is which, and I somehow get lost in it still.
Treasure
Oh,
sphere waves. They're coming from those ruins they found at Gagazon.
buddy,
All right.
what are we gonna name this friend character? I don't know, buddy. Oh, I haven't had a chance to do any cool cuts yet. I put some great cuts in this one.
Better loading scene. I appreciate that.
Oh, much better. And a bit faster, too, I think. Sphere Hunt!
So you already have all these locations available to you?
You have an airship, you can... Okay, here's something else I should address. Right from the start, you can visit every section of the game.
Huh.
And unfortunately, that means that your enemies are going to scale with you as the game progresses.
Silent Guardian of Xanadu.
There's a primary path, which is what I did for the sake of this playthrough,
Clouds enshrouding the
but there's a
mountains
shitload of secondary missions that you need to do in order to get 100% completion. And you need to get 100% completion in order to get the super bonus cutscene that I didn't get.
Don't tell me we gotta
That
climb
means
up
that every single chapter of
No
this
worries.
game, it's
I'll
just
take
like
you to the
going
top.
down the checklist, like, okay, what missions are here?
Oh,
See if there's
God.
if you have a strategy guide, it's a little bit better. And I almost did it. I was gonna do it. I was gonna get 100% just so we could get the super special cutscene until I got to chapter 2, and there was a bullshit mini game that I went, nope. Not doing this bullshit mini game.
Especially when you can just find that shit on YouTube.
Yeah, and I almost stole someone's YouTube clip of it, but I decided not to.
You know.
Thanks, girls. I don't have Valfor anymore, so I would have just fucking died.
Thanks, girls. I love any opportunity where it sounds like you're grunting and stuff. And where I can have the camera below my butt.
Is that why you order all that heavy stuff off Amazon and ask us to help you with it?
So we have to grunt a lot?
And then watch us as we walk up the stairs with it to your room?
You want me to hurt him?
Well, your name is Pain.
Ooh, that love.
So I wonder what made them decide to have a new character. Well, they brought two main ones back.
Yeah.
It looks like, and then made a new one. Like, why isn't it? Why isn't it Lulu? Lulu, yeah.
Thanks. That was a little close.
A little?
We're here. Everything's fine now.
I mean, I almost died.
You got it.
It could be that they put Pain in here because they... I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to wonder... I wonder if it's a chicken and egg scenario. Like, did they put Pain in because they didn't want Lulu? Or
Who's
because
there?
they knew they wanted Lulu to be pregnant? Or did they make Lulu pregnant to explain why she's not on the adventure because they want to put in Pain?
Maybe Lulu just wasn't young and hot enough to
Yeah.
be, you know, being already looking extremely young and
Yeah.
hot, but she was just not young and hot enough.
Just as I was saying, amateurs, they have no concept of what it takes to be a true spear hunter.
I thought she said no
Amateur,
cocksucker.
weren't
It
you?
was just a concept. I was like, wow, this game just...
Yeah, this game just suddenly took a turn.
You was right, boss, as always.
Indeed, following them has paid off splendidly.
Yeah, these are your fucking Team Rocket.
Laugh while you can.
LeBlanc.
Yeah. Of the LeBlanc Syndicate. Also Matt.
Them again?
So I think the reason they may have put Pain in here is to give... God, maybe she's supposed to be the player surrogate this time around. Like, because I don't know, like, she's not as familiar with everyone, so she's kind of mysterious, and it gives you someone to explain things to.
But there's definitely,
Blow you a kiss.
like, cues of, remember Lulu? Like,
Oh, certainly. Like, there's bits about her that are very reminiscent of Lulu. Her general... In terms of personality and
belts,
personality, her belts, her,
blackness.
yeah, her style, it is very reminiscent of Lulu. So it does feel like maybe they wanted to make a new character, but then just made Lulu again and went, fuck! Oh, give her a sword.
Let's see, how do we offset the bright, bubbly, you know, Riku, and then there's the bright, bubbly, but not
Yeah.
quite as bright and bubbly as Riku Yuna. I guess we can go dark? Yeah, let's add some belts and some black clothes.
Yeah, let's make her voice kind of like, you know, a bit quiet, maybe a little hoarse. Just a little hoarse.
Let's
like
see.
a pony.
So what's Riku now?
A festivalist.
Ah, that makes sense.
I don't know why it's not festival goer.
Or a reveler?
Yeah.
Or something?
But it's festivalist.
Riku's in the
Like, a
house today.
festivalist implies that maybe you study festivals.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
But she looks like
Yeah.
she's wearing pajamas.
She's wearing. It's very specifically based on Japanese clothing, which I think in her case it might be Japanese pajamas of some sort. They all have a version of it. Yuna, I forgot the main character's name. Yuna, that's her as a thief. Yuna wears a kimono, and Pain wears... I think she wears a more, like, male-oriented version, actually, of what Riku's wearing.
You know, that it makes a lot of sense that you said, like, a player surrogate, because it's like, you're kind of missing that, you know, Titus was like, I'm the dude with the sword.
Yeah.
And then you're also like, well, we wanted to be a band of chicks.
Uh-huh.
And
one of whom is David Bowie now.
And like, yeah, so it's like, here's one who's, you know, kind of androgynous. So it helps.
Yeah.
It helps out because you don't got the dude Titus.
She's
and
at
sword.
least as masculine as Titus.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Step to this.
So the festivalist class is interesting because each of the three gets unique abilities associated with it. Pain, I think, gets a lot of status ailment inflicting abilities. Riku has fish, which attack with elements.
Huh.
So it's kind of weird blend of like elemental physical attacks. Yuna throws her sandals, and depending on how the sandal lands, will dictate the strength of the spell associated with the sandal.
I'm sure
So
there's
if you-
gotta be some cultural thing there.
Probably. It's like some tradition of like, throw the sandal. If it lands on its side, hooray!
If it lands upside down, the devil's here.
Yeah, because if you throw... she has like fire sandal, ice sandal, there's one for each element, and then it goes all the way up to Ultima sandals. And with the basic element ones, when you throw her sandals, if it lands like in the normal shoe orientation, it would be a level 1 version. If it lands upside down, then it's level 2 version. If it's on its side, it's level 3 version. When you get to Ultima sandals, it's like, oh, if it lands on its side, it'll cast fucking Ultima. And I think I actually get access to that, if not by the top of this tower, then pretty soon. Like, it has the potential to break the game, it just very rarely does it. And now we're fighting weird, like, bullet snakes.
I was just gonna say, what the fuck is
Yeah, I
this,
don't
bullet
know.
serpent? I mean,
Bullet serpent!
dude, you do not want to get caught up in the bullet
No,
serpent.
you don't.
I like to imagine the whole sandal throwing thing. I don't know what it looks like, but it's just like, how can we get this character to, like, undress her feet?
Just a little bit?
You know, just for those players.
Just a little bit. Just like she gives a dainty little kick, maybe? I don't know.
There's some platforming. That's what we need.
Yeah, you just hold... It's actually very similar to how it works in Metal Gear Rising, where you just hold down the X button. Which is much appreciated, because this is not a game I'd want to be doing real platforming in.
No, dude, you totally want to do some platforming in a Final Fantasy game. That's what... Okay, is that butt, or is that just, like, butt-toned clothing?
No, that's butt. Well, no, it's butt-toned clothing. Otherwise, she'd be complete head-to-toe butt. But LeBlanc also has sexy ladies on her side. Who, for some reason, she doesn't surround herself with them. She surrounds herself with these two jack-offs.
So it looks like the little portraits change slightly, too?
They do. They have their base head, and then the clothes you can see on the head change.
Just whatever color is popping up?
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny, especially with Pain, because Pain always has the same kind of... and there's a cool cut. Pain always has the same, like, disinterested looking up at some bird on a tree with her nanosecond attention span. LeBlanc is strong as hell.
Yeah.
Damn, girl!
That's pretty sweet. Like, she's not even just one-handing it. Just like with these doofuses.
And asking him to stop looking up her dress. But, it's fun with Pain, because she always has that same no-nonsense expression in her portrait, but then when you give her her festivalist outfit, she has a big chocobo hat, like face, on a headband.
Figures we'd run into something like this.
You fought God! 2 years ago, you fought and killed God!
Like, giant crabs should be nothing.
Like, that thing is smaller than the first Sin Spawn she fought. I'm a crab. You know where Vagrant Story's at?
I guess maybe they got soft and they're like, I don't know, how long has it been?
It's been 2 years. Well, that makes sense. I mean, they only have like 250 HP now, so they must have been taking it easy. All that work I put into the sphere grid is wasted.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with characters doing that shit? They're like, man, I'm the strong. I killed God. We killed God, but now I'm just gonna get fat.
We killed God. We killed God, and then just wasting it.
I guess if I killed God, I would probably want to take it easy for a bit.
A little bit, maybe a
But
year
not,
or two.
But like not that much. If I was like throwing fireballs and shit, I'd still want to keep that around. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Alright, an outfit that really allows me to show myself off.
Guys, I found this cool tie. Right there. The sand will land on its side, so I got to cast Spiraga right at the start of the game.
That's cool.
So Festivus has the ability to potentially break the game like that.
Just destroy a boss
Yeah.
in the early game.
Very early, especially because the only thing preventing you from getting the final abilities and any of the dress spheres that you have is the amount of time you want to spend fighting enemies and using abilities to gain AP.
Are there super cool Cloister of Trial type things?
There might be, but there are none that you have to do in the main story.
It's
I'm sure there's some
obvious to
stupid
train
bullshit
that sphere's
in
just a
the
duck.
side quests.
Perfect for the dull wings.
What is LeBlanc's deal anyway? Like what? So why are they here? What's going on?
They're sphere hunters.
Okay.
So
Well,
they
I
want this
guess
super special
we'll
treasure
be
sphere,
taking this.
and LeBlanc is, well, like I said, they're basically your Team Rocket.
Ah.
So they're after all the things you're after. But you beat them here, so she's like, I didn't want it anyway. Come on, boys. Time for Eiffel Tower. You're in the middle this time, fatty. Oh.
Oh no. I have a name.
It's Roy. My name is Roy. But now they have their sphere, and so the fucking motorcycle airship, which couldn't just drop you off here, is back.
It had to almost kill you
Yeah.
to drop you off. Like the painkiller would be pleased.
Yeah, he would. I like your exhaust pipes.
Tell me, how fast does it go? Laser bullet? Or wow, if it's not going at least that fast.
Oh god, brother, you weirdo. You muscular weirdo.
With those gloves that you see in fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
He said something about Yuna being in trouble, then he just jumped ship.
And
What?
here he is.
I don't understand.
How they doing?
He's alive, right? Just leave him there.
Can you analyze the sphere we found?
He's dead, right? Just fucking leave him.
I'm on it.
Let's turn him to chum. Save us a trip to the grocery store.
I mean, he was a creep anyway. Speaking of chum, I was out in Gig Harbor the other day, and apparently they have a chum festival.
Thank you, brother.
Huh.
Yeah, so don't go to Gig Harbor, Washington.
Don't strain yourself.
It's literally nothing, brother. You did nothing.
Leader must be tough.
Sicko!
She's
Yeah.
your cousin, you asshole.
Yeah, that was a well-deserved kick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
Kick him more.
Stomp his balls.
Like, what is up with this culture of dudes just thinking?
Analysis.
Guys are worse.
Wanna watch
Yeah.
TV?
Guys are terrible.
Yeah, they are.
It's fucking it's terrible.
Especially brother.
Ooh.
It's Xanarkin, the city that never sleeps.
It's great. You can just make Xanarkin super flat if you put a bunch of staticky shit over the top of it.
Yeah. Don't have to render a damn thing. Like, you can really tell once you get to an actual three-dimensional object.
I
Come
can't
on, show
believe
us,
I actually
show
got
us
the
what we need to
ticket.
see.
What a thrill to be able to shake her hand like that.
Now I'm going to lick it. It's just this guy's weird vlog.
Yeah.
Worth anything? It's not very exciting.
I bet some
Jump.
weirdo will be into it. We just gotta find that
we can
weirdo.
use it as a dress sphere.
Black Mage, hooray. So apparently that guy was a weirdo Black Mage who went to a concert
Incoming data.
1,000 years ago.
Going
And
to
I
your
hate
station.
this flash that it does
How long
when
you
there's a
plan on
mission.
lying there?
Because it's this weird fucking flesh tone.
Definitely not subliminal at all.
No.
Get ready for more flesh.
Yeah.
I mean adventures.
The treasure sphere
Flesh
data you've been
ventures.
dying for. There's at least one on Besaid Island. And another in the Xanarkin ruins.
Besaid Island, that's the most exciting place in the world.
Right.
Should've just left Riku there to dance for hours. Actually, I should cut this out and then put it on YouTube. It's like, Riku danced 10 hours, and then it gets 1 million views for obvious reasons.
Ooh, oh yeah, so how does this work? Like, why are there monsters in the world?
The monsters in the world were never associated with Sin or Yevon.
Okay.
The way they explain it is just that when people aren't sent, especially if they're people who died violently, their spirits just linger around and eventually they come to resent the living, and then they just kind of morph into monsters over time. So even though Sin's gone, monsters are still a thing that need to be dealt with. And presumably people should be being sent, but there are no more summoners.
Because why be a summoner when you could be a pop star or something?
Or a tourist guide, as we'll see shortly.
Yeah, you don't go back to your hometown after you've been to the city and like changed and become all cool, because they're just gonna really fucking resent you, you know?
You said it.
Kinda. I don't think she's been here in like 2 years.
Who do you think you are, brother, with your short shorts?
I'm sorry.
And that revealing top. And that weird cuff on your left arm.
You've gotten all city. Oh no, so look at the city girl all back.
Wearing her scarf, but not anything else warm. Who's your cool friend, though? I'm Waka. I'm pretty good. Well, I'm kinda good at... I can play blitzball.
I have a blitzball collection.
I heard the rumors.
They just did not put much work into Waka's animation there for his
No.
walk. You know,
It's very...
you know, there's a certain amount of up and down movement that happens when a human walks.
Not Waka.
Oh, you haven't changed a bit, Tubby.
Whoa,
I wish it did a John Crick-Felicity cut there to where he's just 1,000 pounds.
It's just all pouring through that little V shape, though.
Yeah.
Like everything else is taut, except it's just spilling out.
Yeah, I didn't let myself go that much, brother.
Yeah, I do like those kind of bike short looking things going on.
Yeah,
Payne's got.
yeah. Except they buckle on the side. They're not actually connected. I think what she has to do is she lays down on the bottom half, then puts the top half over, and then buckles them up.
And asks herself what the fuck she's doing every morning. What the fuck am I doing? I've seen shorts that are almost exactly like this. What the fuck am I doing?
Not a single.
And then she like hooks them onto her leggings too.
Yeah.
I just get pants. What the fuck is happening?
Oh, nothing.
Pain.
Wait, do me a favor and go say hi to Lou. She's been worried about
I want that scene in the They Came Together version of Final Fantasy, where the one character with the outrageous outfit is just getting dressed for like 10 minutes and just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Whoop.
Yeah. Lulu's hair is going nuts.
I know.
Like, for some reason, it's a physics object, and like all physics objects, the moment the physics activate, it goes crazy for a sec.
It'd be great if Lulu looked like, oh hey, Riku and Yuna, and then looks over at Pain and is like shoots a quick little wink.
Yeah.
Like look like judges real quick, looking up and down, like making sure.
Come on.
I could use the exercise. I'm 8 months pregnant. You don't look at all. That's frightening.
I put on so many pounds. What? Where?
So, what's so important?
Up top, mostly. That's kind of impressive.
It's amazing. All my pregnancy weight just went to my
The
boobs.
sphere. Waka told me about it.
And she's like wearing the Titus logo still. It's like,
Yeah.
come on, Yuna.
Come on, maybe like move past him a little bit.
Kimari said he found it on that
Hey,
website.
everyone in this world is a tanned Adonis. And you're
look like
the
him,
I think they
though
call her the
something
Grand
seems
Summoner,
off.
something like that. Like she could have anyone, and Titus is super dead. He's just super dead.
Or just, yeah, geez,
Have you
Yuna,
found
come on.
anything?
You got that really
Nothing.
sweet, I think it's a ponytail. It's hard to
Still
tell. It goes behind your hood.
Haven't looked yet.
I think it's attached to her collar.
Must be fun, being free
It's
to
weird.
go where you please.
It is fun. I never expected
Is this
it
just
during
like
quite
commentary
this.
on like life? Like,
I'm
oh
not
yeah, it
dead,
must
so
be
you can
great. You
spread
get to
your
go do
wings.
whatever you want. I'm here
Maybe.
pregnant with my husband.
A little bit, actually. And this is what makes 10-2 kind of painful to play. Not the physical playing of it, but just narratively, is that it's kind of a squandered opportunity. Yeah, you can definitely tell they rebuilt her model, but not Lulu's. That 10-2 is a bit of a squandered opportunity in that something Final Fantasy has never done, because before this it had never had a direct sequel, is it's never addressed what happens after the adventure.
Yeah.
Every Final Fantasy ends with a major world power crumbling, sometimes God being killed. If nothing else, the entire status quo is upended. What happens after you do that? What happens to this world after you physically kill the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, and the Virgin Mary, just for funsies?
Yeah, like what happens when there's no more need for a hero? Like, what are you now? Like, you know, like, you should be happy, but at the same time, you would think they could explore ideas of, like, I don't know, just being unhappy if there's no more purpose. Like,
yeah, there's no more purpose, and something they get into. They don't even get into it as much in this game proper. They get into it in the slight spin-off that comes with the HD collection. Let me make sure this didn't freeze again. Oh, good. I would have been angry. They get into it in the kind of spin-off bonus game called Last Mission, where it's like, you know, not only what happens to life in general, what happens to those friendships that were forged in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
Like, think about the crew from 7. Most of those personalities were in direct conflict with one another, but they have a shared purpose driving them along.
I wonder what he's up to.
I mean, they're still kind of like chummy chums in Advent Children.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they've kind of grown distant from one another.
It's like, do I even like you?
Yeah.
Like, we relied on each other because we needed to in order to survive.
And
what now?
I'm sure you're gonna have some kind of. I'm sure you can't come out of something like. Well, I know firsthand you can't come out of something like that without having some sort of bond. But it is kind of a nebulous bond, especially after there's no more need for a hero, there's no more need for heroics. Like when you're just going about your daily life, and that's something that I wish, you know, that this game could have explored more. But it gets lost in just like weird antics and dress spheres and playing Where's Waka
and a not pregnant looking Lulu,
not pregnant looking at all, cold transitions. And incestuous brother.
We're fine. How about
Any trouble? I could be there with my dick in hand.
What? What?
It's Al Bed. You must have misheard me.
No, I speak it perfectly.
Oh. I could be there with my dick in hand.
here?
Brother, are you trying to say sword in hand, but forgetting? No.
If you want to call it that.
Whoop. Yeah, you run around the island and you just get these weird messages as you collect ciphers to give you the key. There's just this keypad that apparently no one in Besaid ever noticed before. Access granted.
It's just Waka's secret chamber.
Yeah.
He gets to run away from his responsibilities. And
when Lulu's riding his ass about eating too much white bread.
And he's just in there playing Xbox.
Yeah.
Something wrong?
We came to check on you.
Yeah, you're in a cave staring at a wall. There's something wrong.
Yeah, something like that.
It's dead obvious, brother.
Maybe it's not here,
Just thinking
yeah?
about my friend
But I
Fry.
thought,
Ain't
what
seen
if?
him in a while.
And my other
Maybe
friend
it's for
Finn.
real. Then again.
And my other friend Dom.
Thank you. I'm trying to remember one
so
of the
long,
three.
I'm not sure anymore.
So, you're saying
Always one
there's
of those
something
three to
that
meet
might
each
be
other.
here and you wanna
Thought they'd
know
get
for
along
sure.
kind of well. Well,
Right?
maybe not with Dom. But
Right.
Fry and Finn,
But
definitely.
You see, I want to know, and then I sort of don't want to know.
Oh, man. Make up your mind. What is this thing anyway?
What's he want to know and not want to know about?
Well,
Oh, he's about to...
see,
Some
I heard
sphere
there
in
was
this
old
cave.
Spear.
A sphere? Of what?
A spear
Fools,
of,
brother.
you know.
I heard they had this
does it
thing in
matter?
Xanakin called pornography. Sounds amazing,
Hey, whoa.
brother.
We're sphere hunters, remember?
It's as good as
I'll hunt
ours.
any sphere anywhere.
All right,
Cantaloupes,
go
marbles, I don't care.
Time for business.
Don't you dare give me a square. Or a cube.
The gull wings, huh?
A he will really piss me off. Pain. With that love.
What is this thing? It's just a
It's another sphere. Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, that sphere pedestal.
Now there's just a fucking dragon behind us.
I like that. That looks real cool, guys. That transition got cooler.
Yeah, it did.
Alright, let's put on our pajamas and fight this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll throw cotton candy, you dance at it.
I have leveled them up quite a bit. So they have a whole bunch of abilities. And then Pain has a cool fan. That's her weapon. Also, they have a shitload of HP now.
Yeah.
As you can tell. You spend a lot of time leveling up. Oh, also, as you level up your jobs, they sometimes get passive abilities. You saw Yuna absorb fire right there.
Yeah.
I think that's her passive ability with the Festivalist Sphere. Or it's due to it could be due to the sphere grid she currently has equipped. 'Cause I believe there's one called, like, Fire Eater or something. It's right there. Big chocobo mask on her head.
Yeah.
Big goofy chocobo mask.
One more for the goings!
She just, like, starts twerking.
Yeah.
And it just turns into a little music video. It turns into a live action video.
I'm not overcompensating for my inner pain at all!
Sure did.
Bwomp, bwomp, bwomp,
Let's take a
bwomp.
look.
I wish it was just hardcore porn.
Whoa, brother.
Whoa, can I keep this one? Pain just snatches it. This one's for me. And maybe that chick back in the village. What was her name? Lulu? Yeah, calling her later. That's my wife, brother. My pregnant wife. Calling her later. Oh.
Ooh, treasure. Is that giving you hints of treasure?
I think so.
This it?
Nah, afraid not.
I'm gonna go find my blitzball collection
what
again.
sphere were you looking for?
It's the only thing that keeps me going.
Well, it's a spear
It's just to
of our
always remember in the
times.
glory days of the
Chapu
one
said he
time
found
that
it.
we had to make their team win.
Yeah.
Oh, your brother.
He was a crusader. Now he's gone on to the far plane.
You mean he's
Seemed
fucking
that our
dead?
parents
I was
not
trying to be
long
cordial
after
about it, brother,
Chapu
but
was
yeah, he's dead.
We were both too young to remember their faces, you know? When we were kids, we got into a fight one time, and Chapu said, I found a sphere with Mom and Dad in it, but I'm not telling you where it is.
He was being a dick, Waka.
Yeah, he was just being he's being an
I was too
asshole older
boneheaded
brother.
to let my little brother win. So I
Or
went
little
on
brother.
without asking until I just forgot
I always
about
thought he was an older brother.
Yeah, it would seem like he was
Then
the older
yesterday,
brother.
talking with
Like,
you made me think about
I
it
almost
again.
want to look that up and make sure because
Chapu used to play in
the
this
whole
game, so I
10
thought
playthrough,
maybe
I
he
pictured
found a sphere here,
Chapu as an
yeah?
older brother.
But
Because
when I came to look,
why would he be a
got
guardian
to
before
thinking.
Waka
Yeah.
unless Waka was younger? You know, like I don't know.
Well, he's a crusader, but it still
Alright.
stands. Like, why would he be a crusader but not Waka?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Waka was too busy with Blitzball, but it's still just the way he talked about Chapu. It seemed like he looked up to him.
Yeah. I
But
mean, you
their
can
real
look up to a
faces
little
might be
brother, but I
totally
feel like
different,
it
yeah?
just it was
Think about
that's
that.
strange.
I'm not so sure I really want to know. I was sitting there trying to figure out what to do, and then you guys showed up.
I wish it was showing us the way he pictured his parents' faces, and they're just like big, gnarly vampires.
The sphere might still
They
be
look so
somewhere
cool.
on the island. Should we
I'm
look
worried
for
that
it?
if I found out what they really
Nah,
look like,
that's
they'd
all
look
right.
fucking
I'm
lame.
too worried about that
Sometimes I
stuff.
look in the mirror, and
What's
I'm like,
past is
do
past,
they look
yeah?
like me?
Can't let it get to me. I'm going to be a
I wonder
father
what
soon.
Kimari's
Gotta
doing, how
pull it
he's
together.
contemplating his life.
We'll see.
That's
You get
right.
the whole, well, I guess most of the crew's already with us.
Huh. But,
Norin is a ghost,
just how am I
so
supposed to pull it
yeah,
together?
Kimari's the odd man out.
Sure wish I had something to go by.
Cladorn's not around to see this.
Yeah.
You read me? You guys about finished down there? Brother's starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah, we'll be back soon.
Yeah, I know.
And they made him like an idiot.
They made him a fucking idiot.
Like not to be mean, but they made Brother seem like there's something like a little off about him. Like he's just a little slow. Like
Just
is
a
he-
little bit.
It's really weird that they did that.
It's almost it's either that or it's almost like they're playing up the funny foreigner angle.
Yeah.
Because, well, not English, but whatever language they're supposed to be speaking is his second language, and that's why his speech is all broken. Whereas in 10, he always just spoke al bhed, and then the one time when he does speak English, it's to say a very important message to Titus. It's like, oh, okay, that was special. Anakin, yay!
This is where
All the way
we
back
sat
to the end of the
that
first
night.
game, for the second mission.
I've never talked about
So
it.
this game has a real
want to share
problem
my
with
memories.
pacing because it doesn't
I
feel
wanted
like
to
you're
keep that
proceeding
feeling,
through things
this
in any
place
kind of order. You just kind of
within
go
me
places and
forever.
do things.
So, the enemies
look
scale
at it.
with your level.
They do.
And how does the difficulty of a mission, how does that get determined?
Once you... Enemies are in a certain level range. I should specify. It's not that they scale with you in the way they do in, like, Oblivion. They start off in a certain level range in the chapter, and if that range is if they're in an area, if they're currently above your level, then there will be more stars in the difficulty. So as you level up, you'll notice the difficulty drop.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, this is a hard course. It's got a few more curves and
Exactly,
hits
yeah.
to it.
This one's got behemoths. So now Xanderkin is just a tourist trap.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh man, look at all those souls just floating around.
I wonder what they taste like.
You've changed so much, I hardly recognize you.
Why would they give him question mark names? We know who he is.
Because you may not have played 10. Yeah.
It's good to see you again, Isaru.
I know who Isaru is, and I know that he was a summoner
Ah, yes.
who was forced to try and kill Yuna, and thus ended his pilgrimage. But if you're playing 10 too, he's just some jobber.
I guide people through Xanarkand, once the most sacred of
Is
places.
Ren around?
I
People
believe
come
so.
from all over Spira.
I don't know if we see him in this
Spear
playthrough, but I think he is around, yeah.
What about lime-headed girl?
Yeah, she is. She's a
Yeah.
reporter now.
Ah.
Yeah. Hasn't changed her clothes,
This is upsetting you.
but she's a reporter these days.
But this is a
How
place
else would
of
you
great
almost
historical
recognize her?
importance
Yeah.
for
Some
all of Spira.
some people came out better in the Eternal Calm than others. Isaru,
I
tour guide.
never wanted anyone
Gonna
else
say
to
something about monkeys here in a little bit. It's real embarrassing for old Raiden there.
Forget it.
If you say so. Ah, I must be getting to work now. Please, take care, Yuna.
I wanted to hear the embarrassing thing he was gonna say.
You ready?
Oh, he'll say it in a bit.
What was the clue again? Come on, it's key. Oh,
It's that weird little
Let's
creature
head
up
out.
there.
Where?
A little critter
Yes,
up
Oh,
there.
it's some little monkey thing. It's kind of like a lemur. I am so not into that.
But those kids are.
Oh yeah. She's fine letting kids dart off into this death dome.
Be safe, children.
Wait,
Thanks,
you know.
Mom. Don't let the fiends take you to the far plane. We
I
won't.
won't, Mom. God. Can I have a sword?
You remembered me.
But the fiends will get me, Mom, if I don't have swords.
Take your guns. I
Hana.
don't want guns,
And this is
Mom. I want a
Taro.
sword. I'll take the gun.
Nice
Shut
to
up,
meet you,
Jerry.
Luna. What are
You're
you
not a
doing?
gunslinger,
There are
remember?
fiends around.
I'm the gunslinger.
Fiends? Ha! Uh-huh. That's right. We're
Who's in the
Sphere.
background back there
Some
creeping?
creepo.
Kindergartens! The kindergartens!
It's weird that they have had German in their
You here on some kind of treasure hunt?
world at some point.
It is, isn't it?
He
It's
must
a little
be
weird.
clue to finding the treasure.
Uh-huh, that's right.
Like how Isaru's
We paid 15
aeons
whole gil
had
for
Latin
that.
names.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Kindergartens, move out. See you, Lady Yuna.
15 gil for a clue?
Those kids are never gonna make it. They could have fleeced us blind.
Come in, come in.
Oh, it's that
Do
creep.
you read me?
Yeah, another one of LeBlanc's people.
Oh, hey, I wanted to double check that clue. It's Mon, right? Nah, it's just that I heard some kids
And
saying
then
it was cute.
Yuna's just doing cutesy.
Yeah, her idol pose is this weird demure. It's that exact thing we've talked about
Yeah.
before. Arms behind the back,
Yeah.
head down,
Toes
turn,
pointed in.
yeah, turning one heel just a bit.
Yeah, and then Riku's just bouncing like
she's kind of high and just like getting. Wait.
Monkey!
Oh,
We won't let
yeah.
you off so easily
And
this
like
time.
Riku just kind of like bouncing up and down just a bit, like she's kind of high and just enjoying some music in her head.
and Pain's just like, what the fuck am I doing?
This whole adventure was a mistake.
Yeah.
I leveled up enough that most combat is just me mashing the attack option.
I know, it's like
Because
just,
the attack option also executes immediately. Attack and item go right away, and then spells take a while, certain commands take a long time. As you level up certain jobs, like the black and white mages specifically, you do gain the ability to cut down the time it takes to charge an ability, but it's always there. It's always something to consider.
did you ever find that you needed to like change it up, like, or did you just
At the end of the game, when I get to Chapter 5, I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I need to have a mix. Because you do have some ability to heal like this. That's the biggest impediment later on that I ran into, is that I didn't have access to healing magic. But Pain... I think they each actually have a healing ability in this. Where they put like a... It's weird, they light like a firework, and then when the firework goes pop, they get healed.
Huh.
It's an okay single heal, but it doesn't hold a candle to Kiraga, and it doesn't have any kind of status heal or party heal associated with it.
Well, you heard it here, kids. If you're feeling down, and just grab a firework and light it in front of your face.
Just wait for it to explode. Yeah, we killed those people.
So status effects, like
They linger in this one.
Oh.
Yeah. And apparently I just... Well, no, because Riku had it earlier, and then Yuna had it.
it just gets passed around.
Yeah.
You know how those famous musicians roll.
Oh, yeah.
Shit just gets passed around.
With their roadies.
Sometimes you don't get the main act. Sometimes you have to, hang out with the opener, and sometimes you don't get the opener, so you have to hang out with the stage crew. And
But hey, at least you're backstage, kind of.
sometimes you find out that it wasn't anybody involved with them at all. It was
Just
some
a guy in a black t-shirt.
It's like, hey, yeah.
Who wanted to press his luck. There's a side quest where you gotta get monkeys to fuck.
Oh.
And when you get monkeys to fuck, it makes more monkeys, and with enough monkeys, all the tourists leave. I didn't do it, because it's dumb, and it's stupid, and I didn't want to do it.
It is stupid.
Yeah.
If only that was how you can get tourists to leave.
Yeah.
Getting monkeys to fuck.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing.
I can enjoy Pike's Market again. There's a lot of fucking
Fucking monkeys. But I can enjoy...
I can get to that
place.
I can get to that bakery without waiting in line for an hour.
And I can hang around that comic shop without bumping into people.
Well, I'll be if it isn't you now.
I don't believe that it was Gilbert Gottfried before, but I guess that has been Sid this whole time.
Kind of, yeah.
Turning this place into a gift shop? Hello?
What, you got a bone to
Takes too long for people to get down here. You gotta open it up at the front. You maximize foot traffic.
So, what's eating
You put the bathrooms down here, so they have to pass through the gift shop to get to the bathrooms.
But it's just not right.
Huh?
Oh, it's like us turning the ruins of home into a theme park.
That's a good idea. Let's go back, build a roller coaster on your mom's corpse. Affleck. Oh god. When they fired Gilbert Gottfried as the Affleck duck, I hope they posted an ad for the new duck and it was just like, can you do a Gilbert Gottfried impression? Because of course people can.
Yeah,
and then it must have been the easiest recast ever, but also one of the most painful because someone just had to sit through hundreds of Gilbert Gottfried impressions all day.
I did it, Mom. I'm a famous voice
Our
actor.
beliefs here.
This is where we kill.
Our
This
false
is where we
hope.
killed Mother Teresa.
It was metal.
And her big zombie hair. That was also pretty metal. See, that's the hole she came out of. But now there are just horny monkeys everywhere.
Who's there?
You know what I wish they did with this? I wish they made it like even more cartoony to the point of like a Scooby-Doo but all female cast, you know, kind of thing. I wish they pushed that I mean, maybe they do, I don't know, but like I just wish it was a little bit more, I guess even a little bit more campy like that.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. And that's a point I was going to bring up, is that what we're seeing right here is exactly what I was talking about, where it starts to address what's the world like 2 years after the adventure, but they immediately kind of spoil it with this camp. If they just doubled down on the camp, or made it just a complete nothing side story, it would have been wonderful.
Isaru?
Is that you, Isaru?
Hey, that sort of does sound like Isaru.
Also like the cyborg I know.
Final answer.
The jig is up! Show yourself, Isaru!
Fine.
Like this must not have been a problem for Tara Strong as a voice actor, because fucking she's the voice of Bubbles.
What are you doing?
But I imagine the like Yuna's voice actor coming back in the booth and be like, "Is this really the sequel?"
Tara Strong, just a career of just voicing characters that people want to draw porn of.
Yeah,
I see.
Some more justified than others.
Oh, it's nice to finally play a role where where when people want to fuck the character, it's not completely weird and disgusting.
Don't worry, we'll make it weird and disgusting. Damn it! Fucking the way you said thanks for coming.
Remember, the ruins of Xanarkand will be waiting.
What is happening?
Ex-summoners come
He's
in
giving
all
us his
flavors.
salesman's pitch.
Apparently so.
We done here?
This was stupid.
The
Yeah,
sphere
why
of
did we come
Sylophinder
here?
picked up a signal. There should still be a sphere nearby.
Okay, I'm like, there better be something here.
Yeah,
besides this.
they're pretty much
Okay,
always
let's try this
going
again.
places. Well, in Chapter 1, they're always going places for spheres. It changes a bit.
You know why they really made 10-2? Because 2 years later, Riku would be 18.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the whole justification for this game.
Fair enough.
Oh, looks like someone took a bite out of crying.
Think we need a password?
I bet spheres would be tasty. You're just eating these
Oh, yeah.
memories and stuff.
I like how giant monsters keep sneaking up on the girls.
Getting old.
Yeah, thank you, Pain. What the fuck are we doing? See, I already have Ultima sandals, and it's still Chapter 1. Actually, I think this one might... Yeah, I think this is going to be Ultima. I think this boss is just gone. There we go.
You've gotten really lucky with those sandals and these bosses.
Oh yeah, the first one was Firaga, this one was Ultima. It was just really lucky, though. Like, I feel like there's a 10% or less chance of that actually happening. Because I use that again and again throughout this playthrough, and I think it only ever worked once again.
I wonder if some people just save before and then go and throw a sandal and they're like, oh, didn't work, hard reset.
Oh, yeah, just to maximize
I don't even
it.
know if that would work, but you know.
Yeah, because there might be... There's probably a way to manipulate it. Whenever I see some speedrunners crack open an RPG and beat it in like 8 hours or something,
It's only half
like, how
a
the fuck do
sphere.
they do that? And it's like, oh, you can actually manipulate
All that
every bit of RNG in
for
this
nothing.
game if you know how.
Well, it can't hurt to take
Mostly
it with
just by
us.
taking certain steps.
Like everything is just a kind of moving gear, so
Yeah.
just move some that you don't think are moving the other ones, and bam. I'm gonna sit on the floor. Can you guys see my panties yet?
Sure can. Good.
Yeah, this would be like Painkiller should be playing every time.
What's awesome?
So can you save your Al Bhed shit from your 10 playthrough?
No, you can't. But this game emphasizes replays in a way that 10 didn't. And so you can import your Al Bhed dictionary from previous playthroughs. I mean, like I said, this playthrough that we're going to watch is only 5 episodes, and it's only like 5 hours total. The whole game's not all that long. But figuring out how to do... Yeah, I know, brothers. Yeah. But figuring out how to get to 100% is a pain in the ass.
Ooh, there's a hot spot.
Ooh, there's a bunch of like lava boiling up through it. So this one does actually have a New Game Plus mode that, I don't know, if I'm super bored and have nothing else to do, I might look into sometime.
What does it like carry over your dress spheres?
It carries over your dress spheres and the abilities you've learned, but not your character levels.
Why didn't they make this like an action RPG? Like, why didn't they do that?
It would have been great for that, wouldn't it?
Because I
just like tap R2 or L2 to cycle through your dresses.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like you have your card or your grid, you know, that and then you load. That's like your loadout, and you get those bonuses. But I mean, everything else is so snappy and bouncy. Like it just and it could have been like a Devil May Cry sort of like thing where you have your New Game Plus, and I don't know. Just it sounds like it would have been a cool game then.
Yeah. Like there's no reason this can't just be Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Fuck, she already has pistols. Only 2, granted. You're not a real gunslinger unless you have 4.
Yeah. You have to have more guns than hands.
Yeah, but it's a start.
Because any chump can hold one in each hand, but
yeah.
if
you unlock that like right away in Call of Duty.
Yeah, and you need to have like you have to be constantly juggling them, or they have to be somehow magically floating around you. So you're like, oh man, I'm going to switch to these guns because they're about to fall and I want to catch them and toss your other ones up in the air and you do a dive and... Yeah. They look very stunned.
They didn't upgrade our character models. Oh, not this one. Put it back in the oven.
These are all sphere hunters?
I don't think so.
Oh, what a competitive market. We're going to have to charge next to nothing for our services if we're going to stand out here.
Yeah, we might even have to do it just for, real-world experience. Robot leg is cool.
Yeah. And hot. He's like a hot dad. He's got those glasses. Those dad glasses.
And he's got, like, the house cane.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, he's just literally and figuratively broken a bit, right?
An important sphere is hidden in Kilika Temple. A sphere documenting the true history of Spira.
He's also got a thing for belts.
You can see and 2 years later they all got into zipper tech. They're like,
yeah. After they ceased to outlaw Machina, zipper technology just exploded at an exponential rate. He's got those like great big zippers with a great big handle that just like it's real loud when you zip it.
She's so into him. They all are.
Yeah.
That's why they're all mouth agape. They're like, this guy. Nude?
Well, because they know when he's done with his speech, he's gonna probably like turn around and point where they need to go, and then they're just gonna get a good look at his butt. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, come on.
I wish when he turned around, all their heads went down, and then when he turned back, they all brought their heads back up.
With an audible
sound. Why isn't that this game?
Yeah.
That would be great. Oh, God.
Like, look at that butt.
That robo butt.
Yeah.
Half robo.
Half butt. All cop.
That's our sphere. Oh, Poopy.
Poopy?
So what now? Call it quits?
Don't know about you.
Should we all take a bath? And then just bath montage.
Yeah. One of the steamy Japanese baths.
Yeah.
They can't decide who it belongs to. I say we make it our own.
I just noticed she's wearing something on her left wrist, but I don't know what the fuck it's supposed to be.
I gotta take a look and see.
Like, next time we get a close-up of her. I didn't notice that in my entire playthrough, but it's just like gray stuff.
Well, it's the game that keeps on given and surprising. It's just so much depth.
Yeah, so much depth. Those games should come with the "Do Not Dive" sign.
Alright, we gotta make it seem like there's an angry crowd here, but we only have one voice actor.
Can you do a variety?
Secrets?
This guy, his model was an enemy in the last game. He was never meant to speak. Like, someone had to take, like, mouth.png, open mouth.png underscore close, and put it on top.
Someone's nephew who just learned Photoshop.
Yeah. So you can't break through this crowd. You gotta take the long way around.
The three attractive ladies, I'm sure they could find a way to get that crowd to part for them.
Or even just squeeze by on the right, where there's plenty of room for their tiny life bodies.
Walk through the forest a bit.
Yeah. Clamber up something. Pull out your guns.
Yeah. Move, fuckers, we got swords and guns. Oh shit, they do.
Why didn't we bring swords and guns? I don't know, we're dumb. There's this minigame you gotta play.
Oh god.
Where the password changes based on how many guards are present.
You keep watching for too long, they're like, alright boys, time for nipple inspections. Everyone whip them out.
Yes, sir. Standard 3. Wait a minute, you got 4?
Oh, it's just a piece of pepperoni. It's just pepperoni.
Yeah. Yum. It cuts back to the 3 girls, one of them's throwing up. Without giving her a highly obscure password. It's kind of fun how they do it, though, because not only do they give you multiple options that are similar to what the actual password is, but it gets harder as it goes along, because the camera will pan around, or a guy will appear at the last moment. It's like, oh, it's an odd number, so I'll select this one, but then another guy will just show up.
Don't search for Squirter Monkey on the internet, children.
No, don't do that. Don't even look at...
I see. Yeah.
Like that motherfucker on the left right there. You think you're so clever because you remember what it's supposed to be when it's even.
It's like sometimes you don't have to, shoot the deer with the rifle. It'll change things until dawn.
I do like the cut to Yuna's face. You were never meant to see those models that large in HD. You gonna eat shit for a second?
I always get really upset when there's 2 identical characters and they're doing their animation cycled exactly the same time.
Oh god, Yakuza is the worst about that. They manage to mix up the models enough, but they have the same... NPCs have the same, like, half-dozen animations that you'll see again and again. Like, you'll get done fighting 4 dudes after a fight, and then immediately you'll cut to them in a perfect square or diamond formation, doing this weird, like, hunched-over kind of sigh because they've been beaten.
Shut up. Just give us the sphere and we'll be on our way.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where's Donna's beef buddy?
Hey,
didn't he die?
No, he didn't die, but they're having a falling out because 2 factions have risen in the past 2 years. There's the Youth League and the Church of New Yevon. And Donna is all like, fuck Yevon. But then Bartello is like, oh, but Yevon though.
Nice knowing you.
But babe, that Yevon.
And then she pulls on that bow on the back. It's like, oh, my faith is tested so heavily right now. Oh, this boner is treason. Treason boner.
The worst kind.
Maybe a Spellgun song. I don't know. Treason boner.
It's just one of Spellgun's fun songs.
Yeah. Like at the very end of the album, there's like 3 minutes of silence.
Maybe it's a kickback to like 80s hair metal.
Yeah. Treason boner. And he's talking about, like, sexy spies, and, man, you know Uncle Sam would hate this, but what's Uncle Sam ever done for you?
Fucking fish attack.
Yeah, it's stupid. And she has a bag of fish the whole time.
That's gross and weird.
It's gross and weird, and I think she has, cotton candy in the other hand.
Riku, you've been carrying that bag of fish this whole game?
Also, your cotton candy's just full of bugs.
Yeah, it's disgusting. She just throws the bag at an enemy.
Oh. Eats the cotton candy. Ew!
How you like that? Not bad
It's very... Oh, a lot of teeth and eyes. It's kind of weirded me out.
Yeah. They kind of went too far with the faces in some respects.
Actually,
they unlocked teeth tech, but they weren't certain how to use it sparingly.
You show them all the time, right?
That's how people smile. That's how people smile, right? Like horses.
Sorry.
Let's go.
But
oh man, we still have 4 hours of this fucking thing. God damn, what's happening?
Oh my gosh.
Why don't they just fight with the
airship?
airship?
It doesn't even need weapons, just slam it into things. Drop heavy things from it. I don't know.
Oh, this fucking game. I swear to God. That chapter 1, though.